Morning dear students, welcome back to our online class. I hope you all are absolutely fine and doing well at your home. So dear students, already we have completed the crop production and the management. Totally 3 parts we have completed. In that we have learned totally 3 steps of the agriculture practices. Just recall those 3 steps. What are the first? That is the first one, preparation of the soil. Next is the sowing. Third one is the adding manure and fertilizers. And with this we have learned the difference between the adding manure and the fertilizer. Now it's time to take a next step for the better crop production. Dear students, this is the part 4 where we are going to learn the next step, that is irrigation. Okay, this is the irrigation. Okay, so it is the fourth step of the crop production and the management. So dear students, in earlier days the traditional methods were very popular for lifting the water from one place to the another place. Why? Because the technologies were not well developed. So that's why human beings or the people, they are taking the help of human labors as well as cattle also. So dear students, here the same concept we are going to learn today. So the water available in the wells, lakes and the canals is lifted by the different methods in a different regions for taking it to the field. So what happened? As I told, the earlier days the development was not well and good. So what happened? Peoples were using different techniques for lifting the water, and they are taking the help of the different animals. So dear students, this is the one of the famous traditional methods of the irrigation. So here the cattle or human labor is used in this method. So these methods are very cheaper and less efficient. What happens while lifting the water? Some of the water wasted at that situation. So it is not a well efficient. Why? Because we have to save water, because for drinking water we don't have a sufficient water on the earth. So always we used to call as a no, we have to save the water, save the water. So dear students, this is our motto, that we have to save the water. Okay, so here another different ways are there for irrigation. That is, one is the moat and next is the chain pump, as well as another examples of the traditional method, that is the dhekli and the rahat, that is the lever system. But in all these, pumps are commonly used for lifting water, and diesel, biogas, electricity and solar energy is used to run this pump. So dear students, these are the basics and traditional methods for the irrigation, but nowadays different methods we are using for the better crop production management. So let's see what are those the modern methods of the irrigation. Okay, so here we have a modern methods of irrigation. That is, first one is the sprinkler system. In this sprinkler system, what happens? This system is more useful on the uneven land, where the lands are not in a proper manner, and so you can call as a uneven land where sufficient water is not available. Okay, so here what happens, why we are using this sprinkle system? Because usually we are not getting the even lands. So in the uneven lands where sufficient water is not available, the perpendicular pipes having the rotating nozzles, and they are joined the main pipeline at regular interval time. So dear students, in this image you can see here how the pipelines are joined together, and it's having the perpendicular pipes. So what happens? They having the rotating nozzles. So when water is allowed to flow through the main pipe under pressure with the help of pump. It escapes from the rotating nozzle and it gets sprinkled on the crop as if it is raining. So you can see here how it is raining, is it? So in this way you can save the water because it gets sprinkled on the crop as if it is raining. So how the rainwater comes from the sky, in similar way you can imagine this sprinkler system, and it is very useful for the sandy soil. Okay dear students, I hope there is no confusion about the sprinkler system. Now next system is the drip system. Okay, this is the drip system. So drip means drop by drop. So in this system the water falls drop by drop directly near the roots. So it is called as the drip system. It is the best technique for watering fruit, plants, gardens and the trees. So usually at our home also we are using the drip system for watering the plant, because excess of the water gets plant decay. As I told, the excess of the water plants get decay. So you can do by this activity that if you are adding more excess of water on to the plants, then what happens, it becomes decay, the plants will become destroy. So it is one of the good method for saving the water also, and it is the system that water falls only drop by drop, not a excess of water. So what happened, water is not wasted at all, as well as it is a boon in regions where availability of water is very poor. Okay, so what happens, it is the very good advantage where in which region their availability of water is a very poor, they are not getting the proper amount of the water. So in this situation we can save the water, as well as how much requirement is there for crop, you can get the water. So it is very beautiful system. So dear students, now let's go for the next step, that is the protection from the weeds. So dear students, here the question will arise that who is she? She is a Bujo. So what happened? The question will arise that Bujo and Paheli both are friends and went to nearby wheat field. Wheat field means wheat grains. Okay, they both were and went wheat field and saw that there were some other plants in the field growing along with the wheat plants. Okay, so they get confused whether which is the wheat field and which is the unwanted plants. So here we have a answer that in a field many other undesirable plants grow naturally along with the crop. So these undesirable plants called as a weeds. So dear students, what are the disadvantage of weeds? That they fight the crop for getting the nutrition, water as well as light also, which comes from the sun. So this is the main problem of the weeds. So as I told, the weeds are fighting with the weeds are fighting with the main crops for which purpose? For getting the nutrition, water which is present in the soil, as well as what happens, they are fighting to get the light also from the sun. So here this is the main disadvantage of weed. So we have to remove the weed or undesirable plant which comes in the field. So how you are able to remove this weeds? So we have a solution, that is the chemicals like a 2,4-D. Okay, so weeds are also controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides. So you can see in this image how this man is spraying the chemicals onto the field. So weeds are also controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides like 2,4-D. So these are the sprayed in the fields to kill the weeds. They do not damage the crops, as well as the weedicides are diluted with water to extent required and sprayed in the field with the sprayer. So what happens if you are taking only a few amount of chemical, then you can dilute it into the water in a proper amount of water and you can spray it on to the field. So this is the main motto to remove the weed, because weeds are fighting with the main crop for getting the nutrition, water and as well as the sunlight. So dear students, as well as you can remove these weedicides with the help of khurpi. Okay, with the help of khurpi or a seed drill also used to control the uproot weeds. So dear students, this is the method for protecting our crop from the weeds. Okay, now after protecting from the weeds, next concept is the harvesting. The harvesting of the plant. So harvesting of a crop is an important task, because the cutting of the crop after it is mature is called as the harvesting, and in harvesting crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. Is usually takes 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. So dear students, after struggling and completing 4 to 5 steps of the agriculture, now it's time to harvest our plant. So it is very important task, and the cutting of the crop after it is maturing, it is called as the harvesting. So the 1 marks question can be asked, the harvesting of a crop is an important task and the cutting of the crop after it is maturing is called as the harvesting. So what is harvesting? You have to write in the definition. So in this way you have to write the answer. Okay, so in harvesting what happened? Crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. So here by the combine, that is it is one of the carried out with the help of machine called combine, which is in fact of combined harvester and the thresher. So you can see in the upper image, just look at in the first image how the plants or the crop, now it is not plants, it becomes a crop, a mature crop. So dear students, it is one of the method where in the harvested crop the grain seeds needs to be separated from the chaff, and the process is called as the threshing, and this is carried out by the combine. Okay, so which is in fact of the combined harvester and the thresher. So what happened? At one single time itself you can separate the grain from the chaff. Chaff means upper layer of the grain. Okay, upper layer of the grain. So by using the combine machine, what happens? It is easy to remove the chaff from the seeds. Okay, because it is needs also, because we cannot eat the grains with the chaffs. So that's why we have to remove this. So this is the combination of separated the chaff as well as cutting the crop. So this is the combination of both the things. So I hope there is no confusion. Now the next step is the windowing. Okay, so farmers with a small holdings of a land do the separation of grain and chaff by winnowing. It is the winnowing machine where the farmers, they can hold the land to the separation of grain and chaff by the winnowing. So this is one of the. So after harvesting and cutting the crop, we have to store the store the crop, because this is the very difficult task where we have to be go for the storage for the crop production. Okay, so storage of a product. So here dear students, in the storage you can see this is the long godam. Okay, it is very good godam where you can store your crop. But whether it is a possible to store as it is, no, we need very strong bags for preventing our crop from the moisture, insects, rat and the microorganism. And harvested grains have a more moisture, so we have to be dry it properly. So if freshly harvested grains are stored without drying, then what happen? They may get spoiled or attacked by the organism, making them unfit for use for the germination. Before the storing them, the grains are properly dried in the sun to reduce the moisture in them, and this prevents the attack by the insects, pests, bacteria and the fungi. Okay, so why we need to store the crop? Because for next crop production we need a good amount of the crop seeds. So how it is a possible? For after preparing the drying. Okay, so this is the possible after drying. So dear students, I hope there is a no confusion of the storage. So how we can store? We can store in a storage of the grains in the granaries, as well as we have to store silos. This is the silos for storage of the grains. We have a silos for storage of the grains. So here this is the storage method. So dear students, I hope there is no confusion about the agriculture practices. So totally how many steps are there? 7 steps are there. Agriculture steps, it is including, first one is the preparation of the soil, sowing, adding manure and the fertilizer, then after irrigation, protecting from the weeds, harvesting, and last and the best and the very useful, as well as for getting the proper crop, we need to store the crop very safely. So dear students, here we have completed our chapter. So successfully we have grown our crop, as well as we have stored the crop. Then after that, after storing this crop, it going to be transport to all over world, India you can say, or all to the next step as well as next nation also. So it can be transport by through the transportation, it can be transport to all the population. Okay, so dear students, I hope there is no confusion. So in next class we will go for the exercise solution. So you have to be ready with the answers, because exercise question is very easy. So just first one, write by yourself. I will go for only the difficult questions. I will not go for fill in the blanks as well as the match the following. I will start only the long question itself. Okay, so dear students, be ready, as well as what we have done till now, you have to make a proper notes, and you have to be carry out all the things very neatly. Okay, so dear students, let's meet in the next class. Till that time, just stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.